Danielle. I hope you're doing okay. Sorry you had to miss the lesson today, so I'm going to make a lesson video for you. So let's review. Oh, let me just turn on the lights. Dark here. So let's review your recital song, Jingle Bells. So let's play this once. Okay. So let's put it together. Jingle Bells. Okay, so I hope you're practicing your recital song every day. Alright, and then I know you're also practicing Happy Birthday song too, right? Happy Birthday. Okay, here it is. Alright, so let's play once. Okay. And maybe you can try to memorize. What do you think about that idea? Memorize. Okay, so I hope you're practicing that one too, because you want to have it as your repertoire, right? So, let me think what your homework was. So, let's see, I'm trying to remember. Okay. It'll be very helpful next time if you tell me what your homework was. That way I can find it quicker. I don't have to try to remember because I have 30 something students. I cannot remember everybody's homework. So that's why I write down their homework in their notebook. So when they come to lesson, they bring their notebook with them, and I know what we did last week. So, all right, that'll be very helpful. Anyway, I believe you played Moon on the Water. I'm not sure if I let you pass that song or not. Let's play once, okay? I know you learned this song very recently, and I think it's possible that this was your homework, Moon on the Water, okay? So, alright, so finger 5 on F, left 10, finger 1 on F, right 10, right? Okay, so if you like to play a duet with me, I think it will be fun to play together. So I played my duet, the teacher's part, and maybe we can play together after you practice. Okay, so here is the duet with the other part. Okay, 1, ready, go. I think it's gonna be pretty if we play together. I think it'll be fun. Okay, so well, if I just make one comment about this song, is that there are a lot of repetitions. So in music, when you repeat something, if you repeat the same way, then it's kind of boring. It gets boring, right? So as you can see, the first line is exactly the same as the second line, but except the dynamic sign. So the first line is in mezzo forte, and the second line is in piano. So as you can see in measure 5, it says echo. So that means like a repeat, but it's like when you have an echo, it's usually quieter than your original sound, right? So that's why it says echo and it's quieter. So we can kind of imitate that echo sound. So it sounds more interesting. And then after that, it's in piano, so you play quietly for the next two lines. So from measure 5 to 12. From measure 13, we have mezzo forte, and then the last line is a mezzo piano. Now, as you play each line, you will notice this crescendo and decrescendo sign. So if you play the beginning, okay, from the beginning, so it's mezzo forte, so medium loud, but not everything is the same loudness. As you can see in measure 2, we have crescendo, so you play louder as you go up, and then in measures 3 and 4, we have decrescendo, so you play softer. So it's gonna sound like this. And then the next line is echo, so quietly. Still quiet. Then louder here. So there's a crescendo. Measure 13, we have mezzo forte. Crescendo. Is loud. And that's loud in C. Mezzo piano in measure 17. Now, as you press the note, once you press the note, the sound goes away, right? You play a note. It usually sounds loud, and then it just goes away as you just press, right? So that's why we have a decrescendo sign there. It's very easy to make because you play it and it's decrescendo itself. Yeah, because the sound goes away. It gets quieter. And so piano at the end. Okay? So that was the dynamic signs for Moon on the Water. A little more musical to play with the dynamics, right? 500-year-old melody. I believe this was your homework. Yeah, I think you played it. Yeah, could usually play this song. Yeah, I think that was homework. So let's play once, and then let's talk about the song. Okay. read what it says here. This beautiful old melody dates back over 500 years in many different countries in Europe. It's interesting. Okay, so if you look at the music, it repeats a lot, right? So let's talk about that. So how the music is organized. Okay, so let's see. As you can see, the second line, measure 5 to measure 8, they are repeated in measures 25 to 28. No, I'm sorry. The last line measures 29 to the end. Yeah. So we have some repetitions there. And then also, if you look at, it's very interesting to look at measures, the line that started with measure 17 and the line that started with measure 25. They, if you look at the rhythm, okay, half notes and quarter notes, they're the same, even though the notes are different. So that's very interesting, right? And then the last two measures of each line, which are measures 19 and 20 and 27 and 28, they are the same. Okay, so if you recognize the repetitions, it's easier. Now, when you play, there are a lot of places where you have to press two notes at the same time, like the beginning, measure 2, here, right? Press them at the same time. So you have to get ready with your left hand. Okay, if your left hand was not playing there right before measure 2, and the same thing. Get ready with your left hand, so you can be on time right there. Okay, so that can be a little bit challenging, I think, whenever you have to play two right hand, left hand at the same time, like measure 10. After you play this. Okay, so you kind of have to look ahead to be on time and play the right notes. Okay, so let's practice. And there are different dynamic signs, right? So it's interesting. At the beginning we have measure forte, and then in measure 9 we have forte, but measures 9 to 12 are repeated. There's a repetition. There's like a repeat sign. So you repeat measures 9 to 12. So measure 9 becomes measure 13. That's why you see two measure numbers there. But when you repeat, the dynamic sign is piano. So you play quieter. So first time loud, second time quieter. Measure 17, measure forte. Measure 25, louder, forte. But measure 29, you have piano, so you play quieter there. Okay. So after you practice, maybe you can play duet. It's been a while we played duet together, right? We should play duets with you more often. So here is the teacher's part. When you're ready, you can play together. Okay. All right. 1, 2, ready, go. so that's the end of the duet. And I did take a repeat, so we measure at the end of measure 8. You will have to repeat the first 8 measures, and at the end of measure 12 or so you need to repeat. Okay, otherwise we're not gonna be ending together. Okay, so I want to make sure you are doing your technique exercises, which is on the back of the page. And I believe we play D major. So D major starts with a G. Okay, so the 5-finger scale, and that it's on page 176 on my book, but I think your book is a little bit different, the page number, but it's on the back of the book, right? I believe your homework was D major. So staccato, right? Okay. Well, A major next one is pretty much the same, except it starts on A. And everything else is pretty much the same as D major. That's what that is. And when you practice this, it's going to help you a lot with other pieces that you're working on. So I want to remember to practice the scale. And we haven't done arpeggio exercise yet, so it's just the scale. Yeah, for now. Okay. All right. So I think I'm going to give you some homework. And I'm trying to remember if we played Reveille. I think we did. Yeah, I remember I was trying to pronounce that word correctly. I just don't know how to play. I think that was your homework too. So let's go over that. Okay. So mezzo forte at the beginning, then forte at the end, and then in the middle of the song. So okay. So 1 on C, 1 on F. We have a lot of C, F, and A at the beginning. That's all you play at the beginning. From measure 1 to measure 7. C, middle C, the right hand F, and A. That's all you play. So if you play something else, then you know that's wrong. Okay? C, F, and A only. Okay? So before you play, you can practice the warm-up on the top of the song. We have this left hand warm-up. Okay, so that's a good exercise for you, playing F chords. Okay, so again, we can play duet together, but before you play, let's talk about the pickup measure here. At the beginning, as you can see, we have only one quarter note, right? So when you have an incomplete measure like this, at the end we have that missing beat. So the piece is in 4/4, so that means we have to have 4 beats per measure. But at the beginning we have only one beat, and the missing 3 beats are at the end. Okay, so together they are 4 beats. Sometimes you see split measures like this. Usually it happens at the beginning of the song, and then the missing beats are at the end of the song. Okay, that happens a lot. So you just go first, and then when you play F, that's when I play my part. Okay, so you go first. Okay. Okay, so I think I could play it fast, so you have to practice and play that speed. Okay? Alright, that was a fun song. And the homework that I was going to give you is, oh, now we have arpeggio. So that's good, that's good. Okay, so I thought you were playing arpeggios already, but here's the arpeggio. Okay, so arpeggio comes from the Italian word for harp. Okay, so I read that before. So if you think about harp, the musical instrument, sounds more like this. Something like that, right? So kind of imitate that sound. So you don't have to play that fast. Just want to show you where that name is from. Um, so basically you're playing chords. So for example, at the beginning we have F chord, but you play them one at a time. Instead of playing F chord at the same time, you play one at a time. So F chord is F A C, right? So you play F A C, and then play F A C again with your right hand. F A C, and then you're gonna play F A C in different order, the next measure, and you're gonna play the F in the top with your left hand like this. Like you did with the song Moon on the Water. You went like this earlier, remember? And you play Moon on the Water. Like that, right? It's very similar. So you go this F arpeggio, you go. Play F with the left hand, and then play C with your right hand. And again. Left hand. Okay, so you can practice this on every key. So this was an F. If you look down here, it says down a second, beginning on E, so you can practice this on E. Play E, G, B. Okay, so you can practice it, go down to D and go down to C, and then you can practice. It's good exercise. Now, here is your homework. Music theory. The next page. It says name each space note below. Okay. So if I give you a quick tip on the space notes in treble staff, the first space, so we have 4 spaces, as you can see, and the first space is F, and then the second space is A, and then third space, so there's a C, and then the fourth space, the top space, is a T. Okay, and that spells face, F-A-C-E. Okay, so just in case you don't remember a name of a space note in treble staff, then you can use face, F-A-C-E. Okay, so I want you to write down the letter names there. Number 2, write the counts under examples A and B. Okay, and then tap or clap, the counting aloud, and then side read. So 8 notes, 1 count, right? 1 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Okay, so if you see like a line note between the 2 space notes, you can kind of take a guess what it is, right? Yeah. Because it's between the 2 space notes. If you know the space notes, if you know what the 2 space notes are, it's very easy to figure out the line note between them. So, like for example, like F and A, let's say you have F and A, and then you have this second line note, that should be G, right? Okay. So write down the counts and then tap like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then count out loud, and then play. You practice, and then you play for the next time. Okay, ear training we have to do together. So let's do that together next time. Okay, so I need a few minutes to upload the video, so I will have to stop now. So I will see you next week. Bye.